Who you guys have taken this? For me, it's got to be SNG who are the favorites. I don't see... I really don't see Barcelona being the favorite in any of the matchups, not just... not just a few of them. I think they're probably going to be struggling in all three, but 3v3, I think that's the best chance that Barcelona have to take a game in this one. Has to be. Oh, but not if Nolly keeps scoring goals like this. That is an absolute banger by Nolly to get things started. That last touch there completely fools the Barca defender. And 6 seconds in, SNG already have the lead. Yeah, Barca have had a decent run through the bracket. They were always going to struggle with 3v3 compared to the highest level of competition because Seba is just stepping in for this tournament. And this is definitely a new level of competition for him. So far they've been impressive though. They've had a great win rate in threes. But can they beat an SNG team who have just picked up Scrub Killa? Double whiff on the edge of the box. Seeb with the open shot, puts it into the post though. That was a really good chance for Barca to equalize. I don't think they're going to get too many like that because it did of course involve a complete miss by an SNG defender. Dig is losing the 3v3. Oh wow. If Dig lose 3v3, they're pretty much relying on Jorias to carry them into that game 5 by winning a couple of 1v1s. Their 2v2 wasn't looking too great yesterday. Dignitas were really struggling. Yeah, you guys keep me updated. I'm not going to be watching the other streams that are happening. I'm sure you guys are, so any updates you can bring them in. Oh, Nolly's just popping off right now. Check him out on this approach. That's just disgusting. Huge power on the first touch there. Just make sure to air roll through the ball to send it flying into the backboard. And that is an easy 2-0 for SNG. Is Scrub officially a player for SNG or is this a tryout? I'm actually not sure. I didn't read into it too much. But do you guys know which one it is? Oh, Dig said they will need to win. Ah, so they meant to tweet, we will need to win 3 in a row. Oh, Ronicky off the bar, down and away. That is insane. Godswill says try it. Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know that. I wasn't 100% sure. Didn't want to give an answer to that question when I didn't know for sure. Wow, what a shot from Ronicky, the golden striker of this team. Scrub Killa delays the ceiling shot. Doesn't get the goal though. It's well saved by Barca. We've got time here. They were going to be forced to defend for large parts of this game. SNG, I think overall, are the better team mechanically. And look at the team play from Tho. Nolly gets his hat trick. And they are off to an absolutely flying start here. Fantastic control by Tho. Nolly is just first to the near post play. Nobody anywhere near him. Dignitas lost. Wow. That is pretty ridiculous. I did not think Dignitas would be losing threes to the Flying Nunchucks. They're in trouble, guys. This is a really tough team for them to play against them. Now that they've lost game 1, they're not going to have full control of that series anymore. Oh, it's another close shave. Ronicky's had a couple of good efforts today, but neither have gone in. Barcelona really struggling with accuracy. That's a pre-jump from Scrub. Nolly almost hit him mid-air. Devo denied by Tho in the midfield. You guys think Dignitas were carried by Azrael? Well, you have to remember when Azrael first joined Dignitas, they didn't look too great either. They looked like they had potential, but they took a while to figure things out. They might, have the same sort of figuring things out process with Jorias. I wouldn't read too much into one game of 3v3 as an entire, judgment of how good or bad a team is. Especially on this, short notice. But we can speak to this format. It looks like in crew battles, Dignitas do indeed struggle with 3v3. Oh, no way. Forced own goal by Scrub. Devo trying to get the ball clear, actually puts it into his own net. Off Scrub Killa's touch in this one. That's so smart by Scrub though. 300 IQ, just bounces off Devo's car. You can see that he meant that because there was no other player near that ball in the direction that Scrub hit it. He was only aiming for Devo in that play. SNG are on fire. Yesterday, Nolly and Tho looked phenomenal in 2v2. Today they're looking on farm in 3s. If Scrub can pick up the 1s, or if, you know, Tho steps in and does well, they're going to, I think, easily make it in today. It's going to be very difficult for Veloce to stop them, because we saw yesterday Veloce were definitely competitive in the 3s and the 2s matches against Oxygen, but they really had no chance in the 1v1, and that's, you know, 2 games just lost. I wouldn't be surprised to see a similar kind of result against a team like SNG. Just 2 free wins in the 1v1. And then do you really think the Veloce are going to beat SNG 3 games of 3v3 and 2v2 in a row? I would not expect that at all. So this is, you know, really great for SNG that they're popping off in 3s right now. This is as good as over. 4-0. We saw a 4-goal comeback yesterday by Nameless against SRG, but there was far more time left on the clock, and SRG were looking a bit more vulnerable defensively than SNG are right now. Singularity's defense has always been very solid, very difficult team to get to panic, I'll say. They're very calm under pressure. 20 seconds left, and it is absolutely over now. That is the end of Barca's best chance to win a game in this series, in my opinion at least. We'll see if they can cause an upset in the 2v2 or the 1v1. But it would be it would be a big upset if they can pull that off. Canyons won the 3v3. Okay, Canyons looking pretty good today as well. Nameless is better at 3s than the squad, TBH. Nameless did look phenomenal yesterday. I will give them that. They were very impressive. I didn't think the Nameless were going to be showing up as much as they did, but credit to them and to all the other teams who have you know, really been taking the games to the higher seeded teams. Of course, in this format, it's really difficult to predict what teams are going to do well, what teams are going to do poorly, because even if you can have an idea of what team is better in a series for 3v3, what player is better in a series for 1v1, you put them in a crew battle and it's a totally different ball game. These are just a whole bunch of best of ones, essentially. Every game completely independent of the ones around it. And that, of course, does present a chance for teams who are behind to just steal the momentum completely. And obviously that game 3 being such a huge game in any series that's tied going into it. But at the same time, if you lose your best matchup, you're in a really bad spot. Scrub and Tho going to be playing the 2v2 right now. That, you know, that's not entirely surprising, because didn't SNG lose in the last round 2v2 with Nolly and Tho, who looked phenomenal yesterday. But today it looks like they're going to switch things up. I mean, this isn't a huge surprise to me. It shouldn't be to you guys as well, because SNG, they've got that flexibility. They've got players who are good at multiple game modes, so they can change up their lineup if somebody's not feeling it today. Maybe Nolly's just not feeling the 2v2, and they're going to go with Scrub Killa instead. Off to a phenomenal start. Scrub and Tho won 8-2 in game 5. Oh, I didn't see that one, my goodness. Yeah, that'll be why they're playing with Scrub and Tho here. Scrub's got everybody floundering on the goal line. Tho puts it in. You know what? They might have needed 2 defenders to stop Scrub here, because he didn't just hit the flip reset and the flick, but he was following through with a dunk as well. But yeah, this is going pretty much like I expected so far. You really didn't see, or at least I didn't really see a way for Barca to dominate any of the matchups in this one. Still very early on in the 2v2. That's a chance for Ronicky, but just like in the 3v3, he's having a few problems hitting the target today. Plenty of posts, plenty of crossbars, but no goals as of yet. What do I think about PewDiePie playing Rocket League? Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I think Rocket League's a fun game, so anybody playing it is probably a good idea. Not sure what exactly you're asking though. Maybe that's not like the answer you were looking for. Though at the mind game, he's actually been blocked really well by Devo there. This has left Scrub Killa completely alone, and honestly, Scrub gets a bit fortunate in that play. He just got bumped towards the ball after it went past him. That could have gone very, very wrong for Singularity. Unlike Chess Gatekeeper, I've been following the chess drama on Twitch recently. It's pretty funny. It's just so ridiculous. I don't know if you guys have also been keeping track of it with all these big streamers on Twitch playing chess, and there's a lot of, you know, long-time chess fans. Oh, what a save. Scrub's actually pitched that over the halfway line. That's unreal. Yeah, people are gatekeeping chess, saying that nobody should watch all these noobs playing chess because they're terrible at it. But I don't really agree with that at all. If somebody wants to give Rocket League a go, I don't really care how bad they are. I'd still encourage them to get stuck in and have some fun with it. That's really all it's about at the end of the day. It's just having fun with the game. It doesn't matter how good you are. Unless you're a pro player, then absolutely it does matter how good you are. For this tournament, it matters a lot. But most of us aren't in this tournament. We're just watching. So, yeah, let's all just play some Rocket League and have fun. No need to gatekeep. I mean, nobody in Rocket League gatekeeps Rocket League, as far as I know. Luckily, we're not a community that has that problem. Trying to get as many people involved. And I think Fusion's been pretty cool for that. We are seeing a lot of people get involved with broadcasting the matches, covering the games, and, you know, bringing their communities together to all get hyped about the plays that we're watching and the players that we're seeing really shine in a way that we've never seen before. 2s and 1s getting the spotlight for a change. And 3v3, just, you know, as important as it ever has been. It's massive impact to these series. Got to be good in all game modes if you're going to qualify here. I think you could say that about all the teams who have qualified already. Singularity are absolutely a solid team in all 3 game modes. Well, Dignitas won the 2v2. Okay, so that's tied up. Dignitas versus Flying Nunchucks. Jaria's should be able to lock up the 1v1 for Dig. So I think they're going to be fine in that series. Jaria's winning 2 1v1s. That's probable, I would say. Even though he had a rough day yesterday, it's a new day here. I would be surprised if he loses a 1v1 against Flying Nunchucks, but you never know. Stranger things have happened in this bracket. We've had some massive upsets, especially on EU when it comes to 1v1. Oh, look at Scrub and Throw, though. They are just on fire at the moment. Well, that's a bit of a double commit, though. And all of a sudden, they turn an extremely advantageous position into a 1-goal game. That was questionable by Scrub. He's flown straight into the play while Tho was not recovering. You can't really double commit like that in 2v2 like you can in 3s. There's no third man here. And I think a lot of the time, RLCS players especially do tend to play 2v2 as if they have a third man. And look at this. They have just turned an easy win into a 2-2 game. Ronicky styles on them and now finds accuracy on a net that's far from open. Have Singularity thrown this one away. I mean, that is what I would call a throw, when you just commit with 2 players on an extremely risky attack. Big win by Tho. Is that just in? I think it's bouncing over. Lucky for Barca, who are way off their goal line in that play. Those 50-50s causing problems in the final third. Scorpilla's out of boost, though. Is he going to reach this? Looks like Tho's going to get back and help him out. Scorpilla's still completely boost starved in this play, though. Tho's going to need to do most of the work. He has bought Scrub some time to go and grab boost. Devo 1v1 with Scrub. That's a matchup for the ages. Some great 1v1s in the past have been played by those two. I don't think we're going to see one today, though. Roniky's been playing most of the 1v1s recently for Barca. Got a huge win in the last round. Here we go, overtime for game number 2. You know, Singularity fans will be thinking this should have been over by now. It should be 2-0 in the series, but it's not. They took a risk and they got punished. Are they going to play as dangerously moving forward, or are they going to calm down? So, you know, when they're just playing solidly, waiting for the opportunities to come, they don't look like they're in any danger at all. This was, you know, half a chance there for Ronicky, but he wasn't far enough over on that right-hand side of the field. Scrub Killa looking for space. He's taking too long, though. Ronicky easily dispossesses him. Tho gets it right back. Devo's actually come forward and has to shadow in the play. Neither team looking dominant anymore. Barca have really come back here. Now they're the favorites and they win off a great shot from Devo. And that is a huge turning point. What a throw by Singularity. Based on what we saw for the entire game outside of that 10-second window where Barca scored 2 goals, There was really no moment where Singularity looked like they were under any threat whatsoever. Suddenly, Barca are able to equalize. I mean, well played by Ronicky and Devo on those last 2 goals. They were fantastic shots. But what on earth was Scrub thinking when he lunged in, took himself completely out of the game, and only to miss a shot which wasn't necessary. Yeah, they're winning. They would have been winning 3-0, but what's the difference? 3-0, 2-0 in a matchup like this where you're just comfortably moving the ball around the midfield? I would say there really isn't much of a difference there, at least not compared to the risk that you're taking. He saved it. Clearly he didn't save it because it went in. It looked pretty normal to me. Scrub, did you save that? Chat saying you saved it. It didn't look like it was saved on the casting POV. Of course he did. Of course, yeah, of course. Why did I even ask? But hey, regardless, we're now in a very interesting series because I said Barca's best matchup was a 3v3, and I think if they do get to replay that one, they're going to have a decent opportunity. But seeing how all of a sudden Tho and Scrub went from looking dominant to looking very, very shaky, I wouldn't be surprised to see Barca running back to 2v2 if they get the choice. So now that means that Tho has to win the 1v1 to keep this series in Singularity's control. If he does win this, which, this is a matchup that I could really see this going either way. Roniky's been playing really well in ones in this tournament. Yeah, if Tho wins this, I could see Barca picking 2v2 for the next round, and then Singularity will probably go with 3v3 for game 5. However, if Barca are able to win this, if Ronicky clutches up here, beats Tho, we're probably going to see the matchups in a different order. We'll see the 3v3 first, and then the 2v2, and Barca maybe are the favorites all of a sudden. I can't believe that they found a way back into this one, but it all goes back to that one misplay by Singularity. They're in the driver's seat, no danger in sight, and then all of a sudden they double commit, miss, and get scored in the counter-attack, and now we've got a close series. That doesn't happen. I think this is a Singularity 2-0, and they're just cruising on to the next round of the competition. But now they're far from cruising. Ronicky is putting the pain to Tho. Oh, Tho can't even get that kickoff goal. That is devastating for him. Ronicky might just be scoring here. I don't think there's any way that Tho can get back. Oh, he's made it. Well played on the recovery. Look for a moment that Ronicky's wall shot would be too good. This one also too fast for Tho, and the bounce favors Ronicky. Great read off the inside of the post, and Barca are absolutely taking control. Well. Just when it looked like it was all over, just when it looked like it was just scripted in favor of Singularity, we've had a massive switch of momentum. That's a fantastic pre-jump save by Tho. He's bounced off the post and has hindered his recovery. He's going to have to defend against a Ronicky ceiling shot. Wave dash as well, but look at the speed of Tho. He got right up there. Now this is wide open. Can he get it on target? I think he can. Bumps Ronicky for good measure. And Tho is back within one. That's some really nice aerial defense. We saw how quickly Ronicky attacked that ceiling shot. Tho was equal to him. Got a favorable 50-50 as well. I'm not trying to take away from Barca here. I would call it a throw for them, for Singularity to let Barca score that first goal. But the second and the third goals in that 2v2 were absolutely just Barcelona playing fantastic Rocket League. We saw the ceiling shot from Ronicky. We saw Devo with a top shelf banger. Yeah, that's some pretty impressive stuff to pull out when you guys have been struggling for accuracy on the day. Ronicky half flips out of his aerial challenge. Well played, actually, to recover as well as he did. Tho was beating him. Ronicky with the air dribble delays a dodge out of it in order to shoot the ball mid-flight. Tho is just completely giving away possession. This is not looking good for Tho. Ronicky playing confidently. He's moving around with some real purpose here. Though is lacking options. He doesn't have too many. Oh, he was almost dead in that play, but he's escaped and he scores. Oh, the small margins of 1v1 are apparent once again. Look how close Though was to being demoed. But because he's escaped, he's got an open net. That is crazy. It was so close. I mean, it's one of those plays that for Roniki's POV, he probably thought he was getting the demo, but you know, even if you are playing on your home server, there's a tiny bit of ping. Roniki just missed the boost steal. Is he tilted now? I think he might be tilted. That okay is a huge sign. I would say that's maybe the biggest misplay Roniki's made all series. Just actually quick chatting okay there. That's going to give Though so much confidence. Aerial defense looking on point for both players. Roniki this time. Solid challenge. And Though can't stop him at the near post. Roniki's in front again. You know, it's not the first time that one of these guys has been punished by the other on an aerial play. We saw Though scoring after Roniki tried a ceiling shot. Now Though tries an air dribble. Roniki just smashes him. And this is the advantage that players who are so familiar with challenging air dribbles and ceiling shots and threes, they have that advantage in 1v1. They're not just good at, you know, making these plays, they're good at defending against them. Look at again, Roniki's so quick and just knows exactly how to get in the way of this aerial play. You know, ground-based offense is probably going to be a safer option for both these guys. Roniki has Though beaten. That is a 2-goal game. Though thought he could reach the ball first, but Roniki was too quick on the turn. He saw him coming in, and even though Though got a bump on Roniki, the boost was just way too much, and he got there first. Who would have expected this? I mean, I said I expected Barca to have the edge in all matchups here. But, you know, Though coming in doesn't look like as dominant of a ones player as Scrub does when Scrub's playing well. Now, Scrub obviously hasn't had his A game for most of his ones games that he's played this tournament. But I really do expect to see Scrub. If there's a 1v1, if there's another 1v1 in the series, which I do not expect, I don't think either of these teams want to pick the 1v1. I think Scrub would probably come in and give it a go, but hey, Thoug's not done yet. He's got 30 seconds to try and come back. He is going to go for the ground play. He's flicked it wide of the net though. 2 straight on the approach. Roniki snatches at the open net opportunity. Almost snuck in another demo there. Though is the one who secures the bump play. Is it going to be an air dribble bump now, but Though he can't get out past it, but the dunk is good. You know, if he was thinking about an air dribble bump in this play, that heavy touch must have been a change of plan. But Roniki, who looks like he was playing some kind of air dribble bump defense, going that high on the challenge, did not see the 50-50 coming. He did not see the dunk coming. Roniki's shot this too close to Though. That's going to be a save, but Roniki still has the advantage in the position. Oh, Though just left the net wide open, but Roniki's missed it. Now Tho's coming forward. He's hit it into the ground. Overtime, game 3. Whoever wins this has control of the series. Barca really need this if they're going to have a chance to win. But what a good chance to win it would be if they can take this. Man, both these guys, they dribble so directly at their opponents, and it makes me so nervous for counterattacks. Here comes Though. He's going to do the same thing, straight at Roniki, and that is just inviting the easy saves and natural counter-attacking paths. Perhaps a little bit of inexperience with 1v1 dribbling. You know, doing a straight line dribble is great for 2v2 and 3v3 because it's the fastest way to reach the goal, fastest way to escape demos that are coming from behind, but there's nobody trying to demo you behind in 1v1. You only got the defender in front to worry about most of the time. And these guys are definitely not making the most of the space that they have to the left and right of them. Roniki might not need that right now though. That is wide open. He's got the dodge. He's got the goal. And Barca are in front by 1. That is so unexpected. And now leaves so many questions as to where Singularity go from here. I don't know about you guys, but Roniki looked like he had the edge on that ones match. Clearly the 2v2 was really close. Only the 3v3 in these 3 games that we saw looked heavily favored in Singularity's advantage. Wow. Singularity have got to pick 3v3 here. that's the first step to coming back. But after that, Barcelona will have the Game 5 pick. And I never thought they were going to have the Game 5 pick. If they got to Game 5 here in this matchup, I thought surely they would be on the receiving end of the pick. But hold on. Scrubkilla is the only one to join the match here. Have Singularity just picked the 1v1? You are kidding me. That is insane if they've just picked the 1v1 here. What? Oh my goodness, guys. They've picked the 1v1. Scrubkilla coming in to try and do what Tho couldn't do. Oh, the pressure's got to be unreal. The Ronicky doesn't even need to win this. He could just play a throwaway game. He could try and surprise Scrub with anything. But I'll give it to them. That's one way to seal back the momentum in the series. What a save, Ronicky, though. Playing some fantastic defense again. But, you know, this is the problem. This is why I said I feel like Scrub is going to have more control of this matchup. He isn't going to dribble in a straight line. He's going to be as annoying as possible in every single ground play and just as good at aerial defense as Tho was. Already, we're seeing a change up in the approach. First goal, Scrub's going left, he's going right, and that makes such a big difference. You might think I'm exaggerating here, but it's 10 times harder to read a player who's weaving than a player who's driving in a straight line with the ball on his head. And we saw a lot of driving in a straight line with the ball on heads in the last 1v1 that we saw. I really doubt that Scrub's going to play that strategy. Let's wait and see. Ronicky's got an open net here. Decides to go down the line with it. Didn't want to wait any longer before making the touch. Oh, this is really interesting because you got to think the Barca are going to pick the 2v2 for the next round. Oh, Ronicky just got clapped. Scrubkilla bumps him into a different continent. And he gets a 2-0 lead. Man, Scrub just thrives under pressure. He's not been playing great in ones this tournament, even though recently he's found some form in ranked, and I've been watching some of his ones games on his own channels. He's looking pretty clean, he's looking great. But you know, he lost to Demensa. Did Scrub have any other losses in ones? I know he's not been clapping like people expected him to rather. But for him to just come in and say, hey, no problem, let me just beat the guy who beat you, Tho, it's all good, we'll get them in the 2v2 again. But let me just deal with Ronicky first so we can tilt them going into the last round, because this is going to be a tilter for Ronicky. Has he just missed this as well? He has. He didn't realize it was going to take so long to bounce down. He mistimes his save, falls off the crossbar, and then the ball just sits there for Scrub to put in. This is just too easy. Scrub lost his striker? That's right. Yeah, he lost his striker. Then didn't Tho come on and beat striker? Is that what happened? I didn't actually catch the previous round 1v1s. I was getting this stream set up. This is just insane. What a story we've got here today. This is, you know, something I didn't even see coming, which is crazy. I thought, you know, Scrubkilla lost in the previous round of 1v1. He's not going to feel good today about coming in and saving his team by beating Ronicky. Because Ronicky, although Scrub's a favourite against him, is clearly a pretty dangerous player in this one's matchup. Scrubkilla is making him look easy. This is just too good for Scrub today. 5-1 inside 100 seconds. Yeah, I'm aware that Scrub lost to Demensa. Dig is losing game 5. Johnny is losing ones. What is happening in Fusion, guys? This doesn't make any sense. You actually couldn't script what's happening right now across all 3 streams. Be sure, again, if you are not already watching the squad stream, if you're not aware that Dignitas are playing Flying Nunchucks in the lower bracket. And we've also got Canyons against Triple Trouble. Check out Shogun and Subpart Button HD's streams. They are covering that action as well as me covering this one. I mean, I don't think many people are going to turn off a Scrub vs Ronicky 1v1 in this kind of context. This means so much. Singularity have put their entire tournament life on Scrubkilla winning this 1v1. And so far he's doing a great job with it. And look at the difference. Like I said, on every single dribbling play that Scrub starts, he is not going straight at Ronicky. He's looking to make some kind of angle in the play. Looking left, looking right. Oh, this is going to be a bump play. Ronicky's actually been bumped into the save. The Scrub's there, and he puts in the rebound. And once again, Scrubkilla finds a way through. He's been so much less predictable than Tho was in this matchup. And this is a massive advantage for Scrub Killa. But let's pause for a second and remember that even if Scrub does win this in dominant fashion, you do still have the last pick for Barca. Surely they picked the 2v2 because the 1v1 here is not going very well. The 3v3 didn't go very well in game 1. 2v2, I would say that was a very competitive matchup. So Barca are going to pick the 2s, but then the problem they have is that Roniki's, by the looks of things, going to come in fresh off a loss against Scrub Killa. Will that affect him mentally? Is he going to be able to just reset and get into the 2s mentality, get into the winning mentality, and get that game 5 to advance into the next round of the qualifier? That is the real question for me. It's all about Roniki now. In before Barca picks ones. Listen, if Barca pick ones and send out Devo, I'm just gonna faint. It's gonna be too much. Oh man, that would be too much. I would be like, what is this timeline? Great save by Scrub. Notice the Scrub's position in the goal there is actually inside the goal to give himself as much time as possible to react to the shot that's coming at him. You'll see that a lot of players do that at the very highest level of ones. It's an easy mistake to make, to just kind of autopilot off the goal line like we often talk about in replay reviews that I do on my channel. Scrub is not making that mistake. He's not making many mistakes in this matchup. Oh, he's nearly made one there, but he turns an open net into a pretty good-looking shot. How many surfaces did this hit off? It's hit the crossbar, it's hit the left post, and it's even bounced off the foot post to the far side on its way in. Devo versus Scrub game 5. Even if they lost that, I would have so much respect for Barcelona and for Devo if they made that happen. The hype of that match, like going into it, would be just unreal. It wouldn't even make sense. Like I would just want to go watch the VODs of all the people doing viewing parties of that game just to see what their reactions are to Devo versus Scrub coming out. Because there's just, I don't know, there's something about the 1v1 matchup being chosen in a situation when everything is on the line that makes it so crazy. You're putting your entire tournament on one player, like Singularity have done here. Scrub Killa has really shown up and dominated. Roniki's just been completely ruined at the near post there with a mind game. Yeah, I don't see it, guys. I don't see it. Surely it's gonna be the 2v2. Surely, guys. I mean, there's just no way, right? There's no way that Barca pick any other matchup in this. I mean, I don't see it personally. Scrub Killa is looking too good. The ability to just clutch it up right now when everything is on the line. I mean, that's something we've never really doubted about Scrub. Even back in the days where he was getting farmed by Fairy in every single 1v1 they played. They finally played one game in the 12 Titans Year 2 Grand Final, and Scrub Killa beat it. You know, Fairy Peak was on an absolute trail of destruction, beating everyone and anyone in the European scene and worldwide, going into the Manfield Night 5K, and then Scrub Killa beat him in the final. Every single time that this guy needs to win, when he absolutely has no other option, he just wins. He's just got that next level that he can find in these kind of positions. And, you know, that's just another reason why I don't see Barca picking the 1v1 here. I really don't. I'd love to see it, though. That would actually be the craziest single game I've ever seen. And I mean, one of the best 1v1s I have ever seen. One of the best 1v1 games I have ever seen is that, I think it was it 2016? Scrub Killa versus Devo? I think it was 2016. It was a long time ago now. And that's still, I mean, even if I went back and watched that today, I would still get chills looking at the back and forth between these two. So, yeah, it would be insane to see that matchup. It's definitely the one I want to see, but I don't believe it. I think it's going to be the 2v2. Roniki with the triple nice on a Scrub Killa scores an open net on the Roniki attempted flight to the moon there. He didn't quite make it. He didn't quite make the ceiling. Never mind, he's tilted. I don't know. This is the Scrub Killa's not going to stop scoring. He tries to keep going. So one thing you gotta love about Scrub, and you know, Fairy Peak as well, and a lot of the other 1v1 gods, is that you you don't give up. You don't stop scoring just because the other guy's giving up. No, you keep scoring. You try and tilt them even more. That's what Scrubkilla is trying to do there. But let's see what happens here. Surely everybody just joins the lobby and we see a 3v3. It's got to be, right? It's got to be the 3v3 incoming. No, the 2v2, sorry, I'm getting mixed up. The 2v2. I really do think the Barca are going to pick a 2v2. Then again, Ronicky is really tilted right now. Maybe Ronicky doesn't want to play. Maybe he's like, guys, I'm done. Devo's joining the match, okay. Is anyone else joining in? Surely we're going to see Phil join the match here. So Roniky's not leaving. Roniky's not leaving. Look at you guys all get debated by Phil being late. Yeah, there we go. See, debated. SNG are geniuses. They're like, wait, don't join immediately. Make it look like it's going to be a 1v1. But nah, I totally agree with this decision for Barca. I think this is their best matchup, their best chance. After seeing this series unfold, going in, I thought the 3v3 would be their best option, but Singularity today are looking way too good in the 3v3. And Singularity made way more mistakes in the 2v2 round. So this has got to be Barca's best chance to steal this series now, away from Singularity. Oh, Dignitas 1-3-2. Wow, what a series that must have been. I can't wait to go back and watch that. Here we go, guys. Game 5. It's the run back. Devo versus Ronicky, or Devo and Ronicky, sorry. Against Scrubkilla and Tho. First time we saw this in game 2. That's actually on target by Ronicky. That's ridiculous. Tho get the save though, pre-jumping. But like I said, first time we saw this, Tho and Scrub, they look great. They were the ones who were playing really well and looking comfortable right up until the moment where there was a miscommunication. Tho had no boost. He was attacking at the near post, and Scrubkilla went over his head to try and take a shot. They got in each other's way, and that was an open net for Barca on the counter-attack. That was the moment where the game turned around completely, and Ronicky scored a insane ceiling shot on the next kickoff to just completely steal the show. Tho's got an open net here, and he smashes it top corner. It's just like game 2. Scrubkilla with the delayed dodge here to get into position. That's some great awareness, bumping Ronicky off the back wall. No way that Tho would have had a shot if it wasn't for that. And now Tho's going to try and double up. He's gone to the crossbar. It's completely open, and he puts it in from the angle. And it looks like Barca just defended all the wrong things. These days, flip reset plays are the more common thing to see. Tho goes way, way higher than that, way faster than that. And has already got the 2-0 lead for Singularity. This is the 2-goal lead that they had in game 2. All Singularity have to do is play safe. Hold on. Everybody's just missed the ball here. Tho's going to walk in and take it. And, Scrubkilla has accidentally mind-gamed everybody in this play because he's gone up and tried to take a shot and ended up missing it. Devo and Ronicky both missed their pre-jump. Yeah, I'd say an accidental fake there by Scrubkilla. If it was intentional, then credit to him, but it didn't look that way, that's for sure. What an insane series this has been. I still can't believe that on a tournament where Scrub's been struggling with 1v1, he still says, sorry guys, let me just go in and win the 1v1 against Ronicky, tilt him going into game 2. It's a huge play, and that's not a huge play from Ronicky, hitting the bar on that shot. The pass was good, and the finish was not. They had a lot of posts earlier on. That's not going to be good if they bring that back. Scrubkilla makes it 4-0. Our Singularity about to advance here. And thinking more about that 1v1 pick, did Singularity have in mind the fact that Ronicky was going to have to play the 2v2 that Barcelona were inevitably choosing for the last round? Because if they thought, okay, hold on, let's just win the 1v1 and tilt Ronicky here, going into the 2v2, I could see that, being a pretty good strategy. Makes a lot of sense. Ronicky has been known in the past to be a player who can get pretty tilted at times and start to come up with theories about what the Earth actually is. Maybe they're trying to get him out of the zone with that 1v1 loss, and then going into 2v2. I mean, they're absolutely dominating again. This is very much like what we saw at the start of game 2. The only difference is that we haven't seen the throw from Singularity yet. We haven't seen them give away a goal, and see if Barca can follow up with some of their own. Even if they do give away a goal at this point, though, there's still so long for Barcelona to go before they're even close to coming back here. Now, 4-goal comebacks are definitely a lot more possible in 2v2 than they are in 3s. But what about a 5-goal comeback? That's something we haven't seen yet this tournament. What happens here? Devo and Ronicky totally out of position. You know, they're trying to play aggressive here. They're trying to get into offense, start to chip away at this lead that Singularity have. It's just not going to work, at least not yet, because Singularity are just so solid at the moment. And you've got to say, GG, well played to Scrub on this one, because that is insane confidence to step in a Game 4 with the tournament life on the line and win a 1v1 in as comfortable a fashion as he did. So now making it 6-0. I mean, Ronicky must be having PTSD at this point. He sees Scrub Killa coming at him in a one position. He's just like, I've had enough. I'm just running away from this one. I don't want to get demoed. I don't care if he gets scored on. I'm out of here. He just scores his own car. And watches Scrub make it 6-0. Oh, wow. Oh, there it is. There's the throw. Okay. Luckily for Singularity, they have made a 6-goal lead before throwing away a goal for absolutely no reason. This is strangely familiar to the Game 2 throw that we saw, where they just get in the same spot. They miss the ball entirely, or put it the wrong way, and then Barca score an open net. That's exactly what caused Game 2 to turn around. But yeah, surely, with this much time left, with this much of a goal advantage, there's just no way that Singularity can throw this. They'd have to make at least another couple of mistakes, exactly like the one they just did on the next 2 consecutive plays. And even then, they'd still be on road to a comfortable victory. But that doesn't mean that Singularity are going to advance to play Veloce in the next round of the competition. Alright, am I speaking too soon? Are they about to throw this one as well? Surely not. Surely not. I mean, every time that Scrub and Thor are in the same position in the field, they concede. Look at that. They're in the same place. Goal for Barca. Earlier on, they're in the same place. Goal for Barca. Game 2. Thor and Scrub have a little team meeting in the middle of the match. They get nestled up next to each other to discuss their strategy. Goal for Barcelona. I think the key here is that Scrub and Thor to stay away from each other, which, based on their history in Rocket League, does not surprise me, really. They should just try and give each other some space. So there's no more drama between those two. We will, I think, see Singularity going into the next round as the favourites. They've built up some momentum in the lower bracket today, and Veloce, they looked so rough in the 1v1 yesterday against Azrael that you've got to think that's 2 free wins for Scrub Killa. It has to be 2 free wins for Singularity Scrub Killa in the next round of the competition. The Scrub Killa just caught this while turtling, carried it into the net. Hold on a second, let's go see what Scrub's up to here. What a catch. He just killed all the momentum completely. Carries it across the line. 7-2. You know, Barca, credit to them for making this a close series. They really gave this a good go. You know, we talk about Game 2 as being a Singularity throw because it was, but after Singularity threw it, Barca still had to play very well in order to make this a close series like it is. But yeah, Scrub Killa in Game 4 just completely stole the show. And Singularity will be going on to the next round of competition, which we will be streaming in about 14 minutes from now. Singularity against Veloce. It's a matchup where I really think Veloce have to win the 3v3s and the 2v2s that happen if they want to have any chance to advance. But the winner of that one will advance to the tournament. We're only going to be casting qualification matches from now today. But GG's, Barca and Singularity. Much closer than I expected it to be. Just as entertaining as we did expect it to be. And congratulations to Singularity. They will be the team to move on in the bracket. Let me just update that bracket, give it a quick refresh so we can see what the other scores were. Dignitas going to Game 5 against the Flying Nunchucks because, yeah, Jorias did get that 1v1 win. Then Dignitas picked Game 5, a 1v1, which Jorias was, I think, losing 3-0 initially, but then he came back with 7 goals in a row. So Dignitas New player Jaria is really showing up today and carrying them through here, because they lost to 3v3 twice to Al Dente, Reganum, and Mads, who have put on a good show for themselves there. They kept Dignitas scoreless for both those games. That's insane. But yeah, 2v2 and 1v1 looking a lot better for Dig. They're going to be playing against the Canyons on Subpar Button and HD's stream. You can find that link if you go to the Wikipedia bracket using the ! Bracket command, and you scroll down to this matchup, click on it, and then click this little Twitch icon over here. It will take you to Subpar stream. You can also find them using the squad stream, or using the ! Fusion streams command in chat.